Hello and welcome to Mastering the Wheel. In today's video, I've got a really cool thing to show you that I've done with a strategy. So first I have to give a shout out to the Casino Matchmaker. I was on his channel when I got inspired like crazy from this strategy. So I'm always looking to see how I can enhance strategies. I built software that allows me to do things with certain progressions that are pretty much humanly impossible. So when I saw this strategy, I thought I was going to take advantage of it and see what I can do with it to possibly make it better. So to be honest, I've already tested it a few times and it did amazing. And I have to let you know, so this is a really high coverage strategy. We're going to be betting on splits. And I actually had to go and change some of the code in my program because it didn't place bets fast enough to be able to do this kind of coverage. Normally, the highest I bet on is like 18 individual numbers, and my program can do that no problem. In today's strategy, we're going to be betting on 20 different splits and 4 streets. So buckle up because you're in for a real treat. This is amazing. So I'm going to explain as we go along. So let me just get started. And just actually before we do, if you don't mind hitting that like button and the subscribe button, it helps out the channel a great deal and I really appreciate it. So thank you. Okay, so let me just open up my program. This is it here. It's called Betmaster, and this allows me to do all kinds of cool things with strategies. So what this is not is a number predictor. So don't worry. It's not like a crystal ball or anything like that. It can't do anything amazing and win all kinds of money. Those aren't real claims. Those people who say they have programs that can predict numbers, that's impossible, and we all know that, right? So that's not what this does. It allows me to, for example, I'm going to be placing a lot of bets today and in a short amount of time. So this program executes those bets for me, no problem. So I've gone ahead and I've built the progression inside the program, and that's another advantage to this program is I can custom build progressions. And so after I saw the Casino Matchmaker's progression, I'll show you a picture of what it originally looked like here. And so this is what it did. It's called Stairway to Heaven, and you can see why, because we've got these sort of escalating this pattern, right? So stairs, and although the pattern is nice, I don't find betting like this is the most efficient. You're just sort of throwing your chips out there and hoping to hit something. And I mean, I know roulette can more or less be random, but I mean, I got to be honest, it's not completely random. And there's a caveat to that. When you play at a live dealer, there are other variables involved that take away from the complete randomness of the game. We're playing at a mechanical wheel, there's a live dealer, so there's other things that can happen, okay? So I'll say for the most part, it's random, but you can also capitalize or take advantage of biases that can occur from time to time. So I always say, and my philosophy is, and you'll hear me say this over and over again, and I'm sorry if you've watched the last few videos because I know I keep repeating myself, but I tend to only bet on the hot sectors. I like to bet where the ball is landing, right? In my experience, I've done a lot better doing that. So that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to change this whole configuration, and it's going to become like a chaotic bet. We're not going to bet in a nice pattern. I'm going to bet on the 20 hottest splits basically, and the 4 hottest streets. So you can see here, he's got all of these splits covered, and then starting over here, he's got this street, this street, this street, and this street covered, and then the rest are all just splits. Now, the advantage to doing what I'm about to do is that you can capitalize on these really nice bonuses because I'm just going to close this. Let's say, around number 17 is a hot section of the wheel, and there's a split on the 14-17, 18-17, 20-17, and 16-17. If I've got all that coverage right there, I'm going to get 68 to 1 on my money. Now, that's a massive bonus, right? And then, of course, you've got all the coverage around it, which will give you single wins. 17 to 1. So it's, the bonuses are huge. So we don't get the same type of coverage that we had on the original system because some of the numbers overlap. But if you hit those bonus numbers, the payouts are massive. All right, so let's just get right into this. I'll start the progression and then I'll explain exactly what's going on, how I go through the levels and what each level is programmed to do. And yeah, maybe it'll inspire you to start betting like this too. Now, first I have to tell you we're not going to be placing real bets on the table. This is going to be in simulation mode. My program has a mode where I can click this button here, activate safety mode, and you'll notice my screen got a bit darker. So now I can click all over the table, nothing is going to happen. If that wasn't on and my program were executing bets, it would absolutely place real bets. But today we're not going to do that. I'm still testing this strategy. So okay, so safety mode is on. Now I have to set myself up a session. And so we're just going to call this a Stairway to Heaven. Oops, Stairway to Heaven. And I'm going to have to call it 4 because I've already had 3 set up. I was testing it earlier and I tested it 3 times and it did amazing. And that's why I decided to make this video on it because, I mean, it was just mind-blowing. So I'm going to save that. And for this progression, we're going to need a $1,000 bankroll. Okay. And let me see here. When I was testing it earlier too, I was pushing it to its limits. So I'm going to change a couple of those limits here. And, oh, excuse me just one second. For being inactive on the casino, it does that. Now, I'm just going to change. So I was pushing it to its limit to see, and I easily doubled my bankroll, and I was impressed by that. I'm just going to change this back now, and we'll say we'll stop at $300, which is still more than I normally go. I normally only go for 10%, but I was so impressed by what this did. We're going to try to make $300, so 30% of our bankroll. And what else? The stop loss, I'm going to change that to $2,000, even though we have a $1,000 bankroll. And I think that's it. Oh, hang on. So I also have to tell my program what the hot splits and streets are. So I'm just going to open up this splits, change this to hot, and do the same thing for streets. Oh yeah, that's updating. Okay, and hot. Okay, so now we are all set to go. Safety mode is on. I've got a session set up, and I will start betting. So as soon as that next spin result is detected, it'll start placing bets, and I'll keep it here on the street view, or sorry, split view, so we can see what's hot. Now all of the red ones, and the redder it is, the hotter it is. So 35 hits, so now we're going to start placing some bets. Now I'll show you how this works in a second, because as you can see, it's not actually placing real chips on the table, right? But if you'll notice up here in the history window, so here's what it did. It placed $2 on these splits right here, and then it placed $1 on these splits. Now the dollar splits are actually the hottest splits, whereas these ones over here, they are the last ones that were hit. So there's a difference between hottest and last ones to be hit, right? So that's how I've got the progression set up. And then down here, we placed $2 on those streets. So now we just hit 21. So let's see what the result was. Oh, okay. So we took a loss. That's all right. Now we're on to level 2. So as you can see, it's placing $4 on those same last to hit streets, $2 on the hottest splits, and $4 on the streets. I think I may have said streets up here. I meant splits. All right, so 35. I think 35 should be on that hot list because it was just hit a number ago. And there it is. So look at that. First win, $96 in profit. And now, after that win, because we're at a new session high, it'll back up down to level 1. So we placed $2 on those splits, $1 on the hottest splits, and $2 on the 4 hottest streets. Once we get going here, I'll explain. I'll open up the progression builder and show you exactly how all of the levels work so you understand. But right now, we'll just keep on letting this rock. And we just hit 33, so that might be hot. It's got a nice red one at the bottom border there, 33, 32. So yeah, it looks like it did hit. It was a partial win. So we only lost $16 there instead of the full 40. So because of the loss, it's gone up to level 2 now. We basically just doubled the bet. Now, if we lose this one, then on level 3, it's just going to add 1 unit to that bet. And 16, it's hard to tell how hot that is. Let's find out from the result. Okay, so that was a loss. So now we're right down to 0 again, so we've broken even. And now we're on to level 3, and I'll just show you over here. We can see where we're at. So we're at level 3 of 6 right now, and this is the amount. This is where it keeps track of our stop win and stop loss. When this reaches $2,000, that will be the stop loss, but we're not going to. And if it reaches $300, then it'll stop betting automatically. That's our stop win. Now we just hit 36. I think that's got some heat to it. Let's see if that was a win. Maybe just a partial win. No, that was a nice win. So we're back up to $96. And so at level 3, if we don't make a new session high, it just goes back a level. In fact, I'll show you the when rule, the when-win rule for level 3 right now, just to make sure. So when-win, so go back 1 level. So when you win at level 3, you just go back 1 level. And now we've just hit 23. So what is 23 going to give us? Let's see. And that was basically a loss. Yeah, we took an $80 hit on level 3. So we're back up to, on level 2. So we're back up to level 3. So there's a total of $120 bet here. And now if we win this one, we're just going to go back a level. And if we lose, it'll be a $200 bet, I believe it's going to be, on level 4. So we just hit the 4, and that was a loss. So now, yeah, it's a $200 bet, and I believe that's 5 units on each of the last to hit streets. And let's see here. Yeah, this is the level we're at right now. So it's 5 units on all of them, and then we reset to level 1 when we reach a new session high. So we just hit 32. Actually, I think that's going to be a big one because look at all the red around there. Let's have a look. Okay, so it wasn't huge, but it was certainly a decent hit. So we're back up to minus $4. So if we can get one more nice hit on here, we should make a new session high. And that's ultimately what we're looking for at this level, is a new session high. Number 12 actually looks like it might have some heat on the 9-12 and 15-12 split. Let's see. Do we have anything on there? So it was a partial win. And it took a few seconds for that bet to register, but we still got all of the chips down in time. Now with that partial win, so we're at level 4 now. And 25. Okay, so that was a loss. And are we still at level 4? Yeah, so that must have been a partial. So we won something on that level, but not very much. Not enough to go back or forward. Oh, it says a loss of 80. Yeah, we had a much bigger bet on there, so we didn't lose all of it. And 26, let's see. The 27, 26, 25, 26 are on there. So yeah, there we go. So that was a hit, but it's still not going to move back because we haven't got a new session high yet. So it's still holding strong at level 4. Now this session is a little rockier than the last 3 that I played, but still I would say not doing too badly yet. I've never seen anything past level 5. And there we go. Okay, so we're back up to $96. It's a new session high, and we just reset. So now we're back up to $2 bets on the last to hit splits, and $1 on the hottest, and $2 on the hottest streets. All right, now let's make some progress. Let's try to break through this $96 barrier. And the number 7. We could have something on the 4, 7, 8, 7 splits. Let's see what the result says. No, so that was a partial loss. We did have something there, probably on one of the splits, but it was just a single win. And because it was a single win, we're moving on to level 2. That's another condition I have set for level 1. Is on level 1, I'll show you here in the progression builder. On level 1, I've got a specific number of groups to win, 2. So 2 groups have to win at level 1, otherwise it moves on to level 2. And number 8. So that's probably going to be a partial win also. We probably got something on the 8, 7. Yeah, so we did win something there. And so it's just going to keep on going on level 2 now. And in level 2, what it says for the when win condition, we'll reset to level 1 at new session high. So we're not at a new session high yet, so that's why it's just going to stay there and keep on betting until it wins. And number 13, that could be a partial win, the 13-16 split. No, that looked like it was probably a full loss. So it moved on to the next level. So we're at level 3 now. Now we're 15 spins in. Kind of a roller coaster. And 7, number 7. There we go. So that was a nice win. We easily had a couple of splits on there. Maybe we even hit a street. I didn't notice. Let's see. Yes, we did hit a street. We're betting on the 3rd street right now. So 7 is part of that. And we probably had a couple of splits. So that was a nice bonus number. So we shot up to $172. So we're halfway to the $300 goal. We're at spin 16 and we've reset. Actually, we haven't reset yet. Now that 0 was a loss. And let's see, 5. I don't know. I don't think 5 has anything covered. It might be a 5-2 split. There might be something on there. Yep, so there was a partial win there. But there was still a loss. We lost $8 on that bet. That's the only thing about betting with like betting on so many splits is it's hard to tell where exactly the bets are being placed until I get the result and to know whether we've won or not. But now that we've hit that 5 again, there may have been another split added somewhere, so we might end up with a larger win amount this time. Let's see. Yes, look at that. So $328. We just hit that bonus number, and now we're done. Like, it just stopped betting. So $328. That's in 19 spins. Oh, excuse me just one second. I'll just reset this one more time. Oh. Okay, so yeah, $328, 19 spins. That's not a bad session. And although this was a little bit rockier than the previous sessions that I had, it still did impressively, impressively. What's the other word I'm looking for? I don't even know. I'm really impressed. So let me know what you guys think. Now, unfortunately, you probably won't be able to play this strategy like I just did, because you'd have to know what the hottest streets are. You have to be able to place these bets. I know at the casino you can configure or pre-configure your bets, but you can't possibly pre-configure them for, the heat of the table, unfortunately. So those are some of the limitations that you have with using that. But anyways, that said, guys, let me know what you think. This software is going to be available to the public soon. I still have some polishing that I need to do to it. Like today, I had to change some code so that I could place these bets on the table. I'm still testing it in different environments to make sure that it works perfectly. But yeah, there's huge advantages to having software like this, being able to place bets, not missing any bets. I mean, when you have this many bets to place on the table, even if you know exactly where to put them, you're not going to be able to do it in the amount of time that the casino gives you. Or often you'll miss bets because, you're just going to run out of time. I don't know how many times that's happened to me, which is one of the reasons I actually created this software. And then second, we're using it to play at a live table. I'm not playing at some RNG. I'm playing at the table where I plan to spend real money. And I feel that that makes a difference too. So anyways, this has been an amazing tool. I hope you think so too. And it is going to be available to the public. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm looking forward to reading them. And after all, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
It's not luck, it's math. The count, watch the pressure build, then pounce. Same wheel spin, same house game, but knowledge shifts, who feels the pain? Bedmaster on, I don't guess tonight. I wait for the edge, then strike it right. They call it chance, I call it proof. Numbers don't lie, the math goes through.